Om Shanti, dear sadhakas. Today we are going to see the asana named Tadasana in this session. The word Tadasana, Tada, is the name of the tree which is very tall. So in this posture our body looks like a very tall tree, stretch upwards. So that's why it is called Tadasana. Now before beginning this asana, let us first see the contraindications. That is, who is not supposed to perform this asana. Those people who are suffering from insomnia, low blood pressure or severe headaches, migraines, or those who feel dizzy, those who have any injury in either knees, ankles, toes, shoulders or hips should avoid performing this asana. Now coming to the benefits of Tadasana, there are numerous benefits. First of all, it is very good for strengthening your legs, especially ankles, knee joints and hip joints, because our entire body weight is on the legs. Secondly, it gives a very nice vertical stretch to your entire body. So your spine is vertically stretched, so it gives a very good elongated effect to your spine and vertebrae. Also, it gives a very good toning impact on your abdomen muscles and your hip muscles. Also, as you stretch your body up, there is a vertical stretch on your lungs. So naturally your breathing capacity starts improving. It improves your respiratory system. There is a kind of a pressure on your abdomen, so it helps to improve your digestion as well. Very important is those who are suffering from the problem of sciatica can practice this asana regularly to get rid of this problem. It is very beneficial in that. Also, those who are having the problem of flat feet, that is, their feet is completely flat, there is no arch in them, they can perform this asana regularly to get the benefit. It is also very beneficial for children who are in the growing age. I think it helps to increase their height. And since it's a balancing asana, once you go into this position, you have to balance by focusing on one point. So naturally it helps to improve your concentration. So all these are the benefits of Tadasana. Now we'll see how to perform this asana. There are 2-3 variations in this asana. We'll see one by one. Those who are finding it very difficult to balance in this asana, initially they can take support of the wall to perform this asana and get their ankles and knees used to moving up and down. So first we will see how to perform this asana. The first variation is keep your both feet together. Okay, and hands beside your body. Now when you are in this position, make sure your body weight is equally distributed on both the feet. You are not tilting or putting pressure on one side. So you have to just stand properly, maintaining your weight right in the center. And you have to raise your hands up. And as you raise your hands up, you have to stretch yourself. Now you have to focus when you are stretching yourself. The stretch is right from your legs towards your waist, and try to focus on the sides to stretch yourself. So the stretch is till shoulders, upper part is relaxed, and make sure that your arm is near your ears. When going up, as you are inhale and then continue breathing, do not hold the breathing. Now slowly move on your toes and make sure that your entire body is stretched upwards. Now once in position, just look in front and focus on one point and try to maintain the balance. Now while releasing, slowly get your heels down and bring your hands down, exhale and relax. So as you go up, inhale, continue breathing till you hold the position, exhale and bring your hands down and relax. The variation, as I said, if you are finding difficult to balance by keeping your feet together, you can just maintain a little gap between 2 feet and then repeat the posture. The other variation is you can choose to interlock your fingers and then stretch your hands up and then move on your toes. Again hold, then slowly down and come back. I'll show it from the sides also. Inhale, raise your hands up. Make sure your arms are near your ears, and then shift on your toes and focus on one point. Keep breathing and hold the position. Now slowly bring your heels down, hands down, and relax. As I said earlier, if anyone is suffering from any injury in the knees or ankles, please do not perform this asana. Also, for senior citizens, the balancing is difficult or there is a problem with knees and ankles, they should not do it. But if you are comfortable standing and you are comfortable with your knees and ankles, you can still go ahead, senior citizens, hold the wall and try this asana. Initially what you can do is, rather than going into a complete posture, just take support of the wall and try to go up and down and make your ankles and knees stronger. Like this, go up, down. Take support of the wall, go up, down, up, down. Then once your calf muscles, knee joint, ankle, thigh muscles get used to this, then you can go ahead and choose to walk on your toes. Once you are comfortable with this, try to raise your hands up. Then again try to walk on your toes. Slowly, as your body gets used to it, then you can go ahead and hold the position as shown in complete Tadasana. So this is a very simple asana, comparatively very safe asana, but do mind it's a balancing asana. So never ever close the eyes in this asana, because it is suggested always that whenever you are into any final posture of asana, you should close the eyes, go inside and try to feel the impact. But since it's a balancing asana, closing of the eyes is not suggested. But if you are very, very comfortable holding the posture and you know you can balance yourself very well, then you can go ahead as a challenge and keep your eyes closed. But definitely it is not suggested. It's a very advanced practice. You should have that level of concentration to go into a Tadasana and close your eyes. So definitely there are multiple benefits of this asana. Especially children should perform this asana as it helps to increase their height and concentration, as I said. And it is very good for strengthening your legs. So that's it for this video. We will see you in the next video. Thank you and Om Shanti.